Good night, Ian. We have decided to present the case of Huawei and the trade war between United States and China. The first point is the United States hegemony and China's rise to superpower status. First, we need to realize that the hegemony of the United States was born from the Second World War, and this country has remained a strong hegemonic power over the years due to the policies that this country has used to achieve balance within the international system, and this has allowed it to maintain its position of power. The United States has clearly used its hard power and soft power to maintain its position. First, it has used the hard power through its war capacity in interventions within conflicts in other nations, as it did in Iraq's case, and soft power by promoting freedom within its policies as well as its democratic values. China has become the second state within the international system as the second strongest superpower. In recent years, China has been projected as a benchmark in terms of increased interventions that it has had in the UN Security Council in terms of peacekeeping. And it has developed other factors, such as the paternalistic policies that it has promoted with developing countries, as well as within the economic sphere in terms of the Beijing Consensus. China has been characterized during the last 15 years by having a foreign policy of peaceful accent without any kind of interventions. Okay. Um, and to start analyzing the Huawei and the sanctions imposed by the administration of Donald Trump. First, Huawei is a multinational corporation that was founded in 1987, and it started as a telecommunication operator, and today it is the third largest smartphone company in the world, and it has revenues that had reached over $75 million. In 2017, this multinational managed to commercialize over than 100 million mobile devices, and this success clearly represented a threat to the status of the first and the strongest state that is United States.
Okay, the second point is Huawei and the balance of power. Since 2018, this Chinese multinational has been seen as one of the key elements of the balance of power between the United States and China. And its rapid rise may cause this system to break down to the detriment of the United States. The main reason for this is the technological advantage that Huawei has in relation to 5G technology. Okay, it can be said that the rise of China can be seen in the expansion of multinationals such as Huawei. This telecommunication service provider company is increasingly acquiring a greater presence in the United States and strategic allies. So when it feels that the system imposed by the North American nation begins to lose relevance due to the appearance of new competitors. All this caused the United States to appeal to a more restrictive and nationalistic policy against any of the Chinese multinationals and their technology, especially Huawei and their 5G telecommunications technology. The presence of this multinational in the international scenario has caused China to have more annexes within this scenario, which has reduced the influence of the United States. One of the areas in which Huawei has managed to expand is the European Union. It managed to close around 90 contracts with countries like Germany. Faced with this increased influence of this multinational, the United States has decided to use its influence to limit the operation of the multinational. For example, the United Kingdom is one of the countries that, due to pressure from the United States, has decided to break its relation with Huawei. The third point is Huawei and the reason of state. The United States, the reason of the United States to the increase in the influence of China has been varied. For example, during the presidency of Barack Obama, a series of economic agreements between the two powers were promoted, such as the Trans-Pacific Economic Cooperation Agreement, TPP. Since the administration of Donald Trump, the reason of state has focused on a series of protectionist policies, considering Huawei a potential threat. The United States accused Huawei of industrial espionage and technology threats. These accusations were evidence of the trade war that exists between the United States and China. And from this perspective, in the case of China, Huawei's increased technological influence may cause the state to strain itself within the international system by acquiring more influence.
Okay, power and reason of the state Huawei. First, it's important to mention that anarchy is part of the system in the international community because of the politics of power and reason of the state. Considering this, it's established that anarchic system is one that allows the United States to have the coercive mechanisms to neutralize any threat against its rule and regulations. Those most harmed in this dispute are citizens who are continuous consumers of this brand. There are some of reasons for the development of these impositions, but one of the most notable is the political interest on the part of its former president, that was Donald Trump. Huawei and the United States in the international community. Taking into account that anarchy plays an important role in the international community, it is evident in the following points. The US applies a coercive system against Huawei. This occurs through the sanctions imposed by this country to the multinational corporation. Power politics plays a fundamental role. In the case of US, increased consumption of products of this brand, of the brand Huawei. In the case of Huawei, it was involved in a security dilemma, and this trade war affects to the consumer of this brand in United States. In addition, this anarchic system has caused that international organizations are not taken into account for the solution of the conflict, causing different problems. One of these problems was that the actors, that was China and United States, only imposed protectionist policies. Thank you.